Against illegal immigrant housing, St. John's Episcopal Church in Staten Island, New York, was planning to house over 50 illegal immigrants on the first floor of a senior center next door to the church. Federal, state, and local lawmakers representing the community where the church is located sent a letter to the leader of the church, Reverend Hank Toole. That led to the cancellation of the housing plans. NTD's Chris Beers spoke with Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis, one of the co-signers of the letter.
Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis, thank you for joining us. What was your reaction when you heard about what happened at St. John's Episcopal Church in Staten Island?
Well, we were successful in stopping a potential migrant shelter that was going to have 50 or so young male migrants move in with a group of seniors at a senior residence. We were very concerned about this because the seniors deserve to have their residence that's peaceful, dedicated to them, and they were going to take away the community room away from them. And so we researched the property. We found that they received state tax credits. As part of the lease, it had to remain a senior residence only, which means 62 and older. We also found where they were planning to put the migrants would have been a violation of building code as well as fire code, which is not safe for anyone, including the migrants themselves. And we wrote a letter to the pastor, and we were able to successfully stop this plan from moving forward, preserving this community space and the residence itself for our senior citizens who deserve it.
And what else are you hearing from your constituents about the migrant crisis in their communities?
Well, they're very upset that the city and the state are trying to take away their spaces, right? Whether it's national parks like Floyd Bennett Field that has a 2,000-person encampment right now, that whether it's schools like St. John's Villa, which we also successfully stopped. They're upset that they're having services cut from citizens to provide free housing and legal services, laundry services, you name it, for individuals who cross into our country through the southern border. And remember, everyone who's done that has paid the cartel thousands of dollars to be smuggled here. The cartels are making $32 million annually in this trafficking. And so that's what we got to be concerned about as well, is that we're enriching the cartels that are then turning around and selling drugs to Americans and killing them, roughly 100,000, over 100,000 last year alone. The other thing I hear, I have a lot of immigrants in my community, and many of them came legally. They've been patiently waiting in the system, and their cases are being delayed by years because of this influx, because the president right now has a last in, first out approach. So the individuals who are coming, being smuggled by the cartels through the southern border, they're having their asylum cases heard first, pushing everyone else who's been waiting to the end of the line, which is just completely unfair to the people who have followed the rules.
And Congresswoman, the House Homeland Security Committee will mark up its articles of impeachment against Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas today. How confident are you they'll get the votes they need?
I believe we will get the votes. We may even potentially get Democrat votes, because people seeing what's happening can't deny that there has been an abdication in their responsibility to secure the border. I mean, there are a number of laws in the Immigration Naturalization Act that they are violating. They're supposed to detain and deport many of the individuals who are coming over the border. More than half of them do not qualify for asylum. They are being denied actually in court. And again, it's unfair to the person like my constituent from Belarus who's been waiting since 2017 to have her asylum case heard. All these people that are coming in and claiming asylum when they're not legitimate asylum seekers are hurting the true asylum seekers who have been waiting patiently. And so we have to fix the system. And the way we do that is by securing the border. As you know, the House passed a bill that would end this crisis today. But aside from that, we do need more judges to clear this backlog, but we can't clear the backlog if we continue to allow this unsustainable flow of 2-3 million people a year.
Lastly, what do you think about the Senate's current plan to fix the border crisis?
Well, the problem with the Senate's plan is it doesn't actually have a border security aspect to it. If you're allowing 1.8 million people to continue to be smuggled by the cartels and say that's okay, that number, what you're doing is just legalizing what is happening. What we really need, again, is to is to secure this border to stem the flow. Let's get through this backlog of people that have been waiting legally for work authorization, for green cards, for asylum, and for citizenship. And then we can start looking at how to, for our employment needs, if we have a labor shortage at that point, we can start looking at visas. We can start looking at how do we address the asylum process, and we can start providing more employer-sponsored opportunities to come to the United States and from family-sponsored opportunities to come to the United States. That's the way it should be done in an orderly process, but just saying that it's okay for 5,000 people who each of them pay thousands of dollars to the cartel to come into our country is wrong. We shouldn't incentivize it by any means, because women are getting raped on this journey, children are getting exploited, and we have to, it's not for anyone, the broken and open border that our president created.
Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.